My rent was only about $35 a month. In the US, I don't think you can even rent a closet for $35 a month these days.
Ever wondered if you could live comfortably on less than $300 a month in Africa? Welcome to Koforidua, Ghana, where this dream is a reality. Imagine enjoying a high quality of life, surrounded by lush landscapes, vibrant markets, and a warm community, all on a budget that might just shock you. Curious to find out how? Let's dive into the hidden gem of Africa and discover the secrets to affordable living in paradise.
I have personally lived in Koforidua before, and I believe it is one of the best places to live in Africa. If you are someone like a digital nomad or a remote worker interested in a laid-back lifestyle, then this city and many others like it might be perfect for you. The city is also surrounded by nature, which makes it perfect for those who love the outdoors. You can actually rent a modern one-bedroom apartment for less than $50 a month, which is amazing. And actually, that's the good thing about the African continent. There are many beautiful cities like this scattered all over the continent.
Koforidua, often called Kof Town by locals, is a city that offers a laid-back lifestyle, surrounded by lush green hills and serene landscapes. Let's explore how you can enjoy this beautiful city without breaking the bank. One of the main advantages of living in Koforidua is the affordable cost of living. Local markets provide fresh produce, groceries, and essentials at prices much lower than what you might be used to. For instance, you can buy a week's worth of fresh fruits, vegetables, and staples for as little as $20. The markets are the heart of Koforidua, where you can find a variety of fresh and affordable produce, from vibrant tomatoes and leafy greens to tropical fruits like mangoes and pineapples. The abundance and affordability are remarkable. This not only helps keep your grocery bills low, but also ensures you have access to nutritious food. So, as someone who has lived in both Europe and the USA, but has never visited Africa, the idea of living comfortably in Koforidua, Ghana, on less than $300 a month is incredibly fascinating. The notion that one can achieve a high quality of life on such a modest budget is a stark contrast to the high cost of living in many Western countries. Housing is another area where you can save significantly. Whether you prefer renting a modest apartment or a small house, you can find comfortable accommodations for as low as $100 to $150 a month. Many of these homes are conveniently located near markets and public transport, making daily living easy and accessible.
While in Koforidua, I lived in what is referred to in places like Ghana as a single room self-contained. In other words, it was a large bedroom with a separate kitchen and bathroom. The bathroom was kind of small, but the kitchen was a good size. The amount of rent I paid was 350 cedis a month, which, when translated into US dollars, currently comes up to about, let's say, $31 a month. The caveat though is that you have to pay an entire year, or at least an entire year in advance, as well as agent fees, garbage collection for the particular house I lived in, and also security. But all days considered, it was still a good deal, i.e. the total amount for a year coming up to less than what it would cost to rent an apartment for a single month in a place such as New York City, or I guess these days you could say any average US city. In terms of the affordability and quality of housing in Koforidua, as illustrated by the example I just gave, the affordability, relatively speaking, is very good. In terms of the quality, basically that depends on where you decide to live, and more specifically, how serious the landlord is in terms of maintaining the place. So when you move into a locality such as Koforidua, as Koforidua is also called, one of the wiser things to do, if you don't know anybody there who's, let's say, particularly trustworthy, you can patronize a reputable real estate agency to provide you with the type of accommodation that you want or need. The overall experience of living in Koforidua was okay. At the time I moved up there, I didn't really know anyone. And also the particular neighborhood I lived in, which is called Opokunesia, is relatively remote. But I was able to live up there peacefully for a year and come out safe and sound in one piece. So I don't have any complaints. My favorite thing about Koforidua is the environment. It's even though the place is heavily urbanized, it's a very, let's say, pristine, natural setting with a lot of greenery and a lot of beautiful mountains. So that's the thing I like the most about that particular city in Ghana. Some of the biggest adjustments I had to make upon moving to the area was, first of all, in terms of my allergies going wild, because the house I lived in, there was a lot of bushes around, even outside of my room, like a lot of different trees and things of the such. So, it affected my sinuses in the wrong way. Also, dealing with new merchants tended to be a challenge at times, because in Ghana, as a foreigner, a lot of salespeople may be compelled to take advantage of you if you don't know the prices of certain items.
Public transportation in Koforidua is not only affordable, but also efficient. Shared taxis, known as trotros, are a popular mode of transport, offering a cost-effective way to travel. Whether you're commuting to work, visiting the market, or exploring the city, transport costs remain minimal.
While in Koforidua, I usually got around using taxis. Koforidua can be considered a taxi city in that there aren't a lot of trotros, or what we may call dollar vans in the United States, moving around the metropolis as with some other parts of Ghana. It's convenient because there are so many taxis and they operate virtually 24 hours a day. However, affordability is another thing. For example, if you're going from one of the outlying areas into the center of the city, you could easily find a passenger taxi to take you there. By passenger taxi, what I mean is a shared taxi with other passengers, which therefore significantly reduces the fare for individual passengers. However, when you're coming out of the city, you will have to go to the particular station which accommodates the locality you're traveling to in order to catch a passenger taxi. So if you're someplace in between the middle of the city and home, that means you will have to take what they call a drop-in taxi, or one in which you're the sole passenger, which, depending on where you're going, can be pretty expensive. Also, since I am noticeably a foreigner, i.e. someone with a foreign accent, when I found myself in such situations, i.e. taking a taxi as a sole passenger, sometimes I would have to deal with taxi drivers who would overcharge me.
Koforidua is a haven for food lovers. From street food vendors to local eateries, you can enjoy delicious Ghanaian cuisine without splurging. A hearty meal at a local chop bar can cost as little as $2, and you'll find a variety of dishes that cater to all tastes. Street food is an integral part of life in Koforidua. You can savor dishes like jollof rice, wake, and kelewele, all for a fraction of what you'd pay elsewhere. These culinary delights not only satisfy your taste buds, but also fit perfectly within a budget-conscious lifestyle.
In terms of local foods, the ones I ate the most are wachi and benku. Wachi is like rice and beans, though seasoned with a particular spice called a wachi leaf, which makes the rice and beans, it gives it this brownish color and particular taste. And benku, I guess the simplest way of describing it in Western terms is as a ball of paste made primarily from cassava. I would take the benku or the wachi, usually with fried fish, or on occasion eggs or sausage. My monthly budget was about $200, or in terms of the local currency, about 2,500 cedis. That may be considered a bit expensive for a single person from a Ghanaian perspective, but it included my leisure activities as well as my laundry. Additionally, I have, I guess what you could call from a local perspective, a sugar addiction. So I take a lot of soft drinks, which in the grand scheme of things can be a bit costly. In the past, I consumed more money than that on a monthly basis, but I was able to keep it down in Koforidua, in part due to the fact that I was cooking a lot. So for instance, I could spend 100 cedis on the ingredients necessary to make rice and stew, which would last me for 2 to 3 days. The cost of living in Koforidua is very affordable when compared to the United States. Inflation is very, very real in Ghana, but it isn't as bad as it is stateside. Also, take into consideration that my rent was only about $35 a month. In the US, I don't think you can even rent a closet for $35 a month these days. Living in Koforidua is inexpensive, relatively speaking.
Entertainment and leisure activities are also affordable. Explore the city's parks, visit nearby natural attractions like Boti Falls, or enjoy community events and festivals. These activities often have little to no cost, allowing you to enjoy your free time without worrying about expenses. Boti Falls, just a short drive from Koforidua, is a popular destination for both locals and tourists. The twin waterfalls offer a serene escape into nature, where you can relax, picnic, and enjoy the scenic beauty without spending much. Nature walks and hiking trails around the falls are also a great way to unwind and stay active. The sense of community in Koforidua is strong. Friendly locals, vibrant markets, and cultural festivities make it easy to feel at home. Living here means becoming part of a close-knit community where neighbors support each other and shared experiences enrich daily life. Koforidua is more than just a place to live. It's a community. People here are very friendly and welcoming. We often have community events and festivals where everyone comes together. It's a wonderful place to be. One of the most compelling aspects of living in a place like Koforidua is the strong sense of community. In many parts of Europe and the USA, life can often feel very individualistic. Neighbors might not even know each other's names, and social interactions can sometimes feel transactional. In Koforidua, however, it seems that there is a real emphasis on community and mutual support. That is something that money cannot buy and can significantly enhance one's sense of well-being and happiness. Additionally, the lifestyle in Koforidua appears to be much more connected to nature and the local environment. In the West, we often lead very busy lives, surrounded by concrete and technology, with little time to appreciate the natural world. The idea of living in a place where lush green hills and serene landscapes are part of everyday life is incredibly appealing. It suggests a slower, more mindful pace of living where one can truly appreciate the beauty of their surroundings. In Koforidua, you can experience the best of both worlds, a serene, nature-filled environment and the conveniences of city living, all while keeping your monthly expenses under $300. It's an ideal place for those seeking an affordable, high-quality lifestyle in a welcoming and vibrant setting. Supporting local businesses and artisans is a big part of life in Koforidua. From handcrafted goods to local services, the community thrives on mutual support and sustainability. This not only fosters economic growth, but also enriches the cultural fabric of the city. Artisans in Koforidua are skilled in various crafts, from weaving kente cloth to creating beautiful pottery. These local products are not only affordable, but also offer a glimpse into the rich cultural heritage of the region. Supporting these artisans help preserve traditional crafts and promotes a sustainable economy. Healthcare and wellness are also accessible and affordable in Koforidua. Local clinics and healthcare providers offer essential services at reasonable costs, ensuring that you can maintain a healthy lifestyle without incurring high expenses. Education is highly valued in Koforidua, with numerous schools and institutions providing quality education at affordable rates. Whether you're looking for primary education or vocational training, there are options available that cater to various needs and budgets. Schools in Koforidua are known for their dedicated teachers and supportive learning environments. Parents can provide their children with a good education without the high costs associated with private schooling in larger cities. Koforidua is rich in culture and tradition, with numerous festivals and events that celebrate the local heritage. These cultural experiences are often free or very affordable, allowing you to immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of the region. As of 2024, the average salary in Ghana is barely $300 a month, but thanks to the low cost of living in Koforidua, many people can comfortably live on even less. In fact, with careful budgeting, some residents manage to thrive on under $200 a month, enjoying a high quality of life that includes nutritious food, secure housing, and vibrant community activities. Living in Koforidua isn't without its challenges. While the cost of living is low, there are areas where improvements are needed. Infrastructure development is still catching up with rapid growth. Roads and public transportation, while affordable, can be less reliable, especially during the rainy season when roads may become difficult to navigate. Healthcare, although accessible and affordable, can sometimes lack the advanced medical facilities found in larger cities. For serious health conditions, residents may need to travel to Accra or other major cities for specialized treatment. Power outages, known locally as dumsor, can also be a frequent inconvenience. While the situation has improved over the years, occasional power cuts can still disrupt daily life. Economic opportunities in Koforidua may also be more limited compared to bigger cities like Accra or Kumasi. While there's a strong sense of community and support for local businesses, job opportunities, particularly in specialized fields, can be fewer. Educational resources, though available, may not match the variety and specialization found in larger urban centers. Parents and students might have to seek additional resources or consider education in bigger cities for higher level or specialized studies.
The challenges that I faced as an expat living in Koforidua is, first of all, dealing with unscrupulous merchants, and second of all, having to contend with the inconsistency of amenities such as electricity and flowing water. Both of those issues are pretty common throughout Ghana based on my experiences. But I found Koforidua to be particularly bothersome at times when it comes to people trying to overcharge me or, cheat me in some other way. And in terms of the utilities, the water sometimes will only flow once a week, and even then only for a few hours late at night. And the electricity was also, unfortunately, wildly inconsistent. So with that said, a piece of advice I would give to expats who are considering living in the city is to find a place to live with a well or a very large water tank, and if possible, even an electricity generator. Also, when it comes to renting a place, I would recommend trying to acquire your own house, i.e. one where only you or people or your friends or people of your choosing are the tenants, as opposed to living under a landlord or besides people you don't know unless you want the full cultural experience of being immersed in Ghana society or Ghanaian society. Thank you.
Despite these challenges, Koforidua remains a city where many find joy and contentment in its simplicity and strong community bonds. It's a place where comfortable living and affordability go hand in hand. Come and experience a lifestyle that lets you live fully while spending less. From its vibrant markets and affordable housing to its strong sense of community and natural beauty, Koforidua is a place where you can truly enjoy life on a budget.